Welcome everyone, I'm Eszter Kovacs, co-founder of DroneTalks, and today here at the ATM Congress, I am talking with Poveda Rey, who is the CEO at UMILES Group, who also manufactures and provide drone solutions, and based in Madrid. Hi, Carlos. My first question is that what do you think about social acceptance when you initially started to work on AAM solutions? What was the feedback of this innovation?
Okay, the social acceptance is really surprising for me because when we start asking people, the first surprise was that the old people is the people that are more excited to adopt this new technology. So it's absolutely surprising for me, and I think that no one has clue about this new technology. No one has clue about adopt these new solutions of transport. So I think it's a really good start for that.
Fantastic. And the other question is that, okay, people don't really have a clue how to adopt, what to do. But you as a player, what do you think, what can you do, or how can you collaborate with cities or governments or the people to have users of the AAM and the flying taxis?
Okay, I think that we have to work close all together, all the actors of this new sector, because it's a new kind of mobility that is going to be developed in the next decade. So it's really important to create a specific use cases in every place. But the idea is create some places, as for example vertiports in some places, in some cities, and then start creating maybe some routes with goods, no people, maybe just to create this confidence to the people, trust in this new technology. Once you start seeing the aircraft flying over the skies in the cities, and then start with fly with passengers, it's going to be a cheap transport, and of course you have to combine the people and make the people, maybe change the mind of the people regarding that we need to use this kind of transport because the congestion of the big cities, the 55% of the population now lives in cities, and probably is going to increase to over the 65 in 2030, so it's tomorrow. Too much people in the cities. All the people go to the cities to get a better job, well paid, and it's really important to look for a new kind of mobility because it's going to be impossible and unsustainable and efficient transport in one decade. So this new generation of mobility allow us to get a clean transport, which is really important in terms of the new policies of 2030, for example, in decarbonization, or 2050 zero emission. So you are going to move faster, you are going to move cheaper, and you are going to move cleaner. So it's the perfect solution, I think.
I totally agree. And, when we discussed this, people had to adopt cars before. They had to adopt a lot of other innovation, and they did, and they went through it. And today we use cars like as a normal way of working. So you, I think, already replied on that. Why air taxis? So do you see a business potential in air taxis as a CEO of a company? Obviously, revenue drives through, right? That's the. We all want to make revenue. I want to make revenue with my startup. So you see business potentials as well in this, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Imagine that you come back some years ago and ask this same question for Henry Ford, as a potential commercial, potential business in cars. I think so. But this is the evolution of the transport. And of course, probably in the first years we're going to have maybe for tourist purposes or maybe for executive flights. But of course, in one decade or of course in the second decade, it's going to be popularized. It's going to be democratise the transport, and we are going to have the possibility of fly safer, or fly cheaper, and move in a cleaner way, as I said.
Totally agree. So just a last question, where do you plan to fly first? Or if it's not a big secret, do you target any cities? Maybe it's Madrid because you are located in Madrid, or what's the plan?
It's not a secret. Now we're going to start to fly just to test, okay? In several initiatives across Europe. We'll start flying July, the next month, till I think February or March of 2023, and we start in Cranfield, Toulouse, Burdeos, Amsterdam. We fly here in Spain, Santiago de Compostela, in Galicia, and fly in Jaén, in the south of Spain. And we are working to try to get some permissions to fly in San Sebastián, in Menorca, and of course we want to fly here in Madrid. Now it's just a test flight, just to work with the actors, as I said before, to study how integrate in the safest way these new actors in the sky.
So I guess you are engaged closely with EASA and with other parties as well to be a collaborative, as you just mentioned before, right?
It's one of the most important things in terms of certification. You need to work really close with the authorities to follow the right path. Yes.
Fantastic. So the last question is, what do you think, when can I fly with one of your fantastic AAM, where we as a media education platform can try it, and where?
Do you want to go fly?
Maybe next time.
In terms of technology, we are ready to fly. Actually, we have an exactly copy of this one that you are seeing now. I fly, of course, indoor, because the authorities don't allow that outside. But in terms of regulation, I hope maybe in 2, maybe 3 years, we're going to start seeing this kind of aircraft, technologies flying over the cities.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brought to you by DroneTalks Online.